That have come back after being down 3-2. By the way, the Sixers could be only the second team in history to force a seventh game after trailing 3-1 if they win. As we told you, Bill Russell's Boston teams did it twice, and of course the big balloon game was one of them. It's tough to come back, you know, from 3-2 in a series like this, but Philadelphia came back after not scoring for 2 minutes and 20 seconds at the start of the ball game, and what engineered their comeback at least to be within 4.
Their defense picked up. They are a team that they need their defense to generate offense. If they're playing bad defense, they don't shoot well. When they're playing good defense, it seems to pick up their shooting rhythm. And so I think the key play was when Julius Erving stole the ball out of the corner, blocked the shot, and came up with it, and went down and scored because they got him moving defensively.
They led the league in block shots and steals. They were not an outstanding rebounding team during the regular year. Start of the second period, the alley-oop to Bobby Jones. He can't control it. Rambis winds up with it, and Jamaal Wilkes ahead of the field. Jamaal Wilkes, who's still leading the Lakers in scoring at over 18 a game in this series, despite his problem shooting from outside. And the Sixers have to get back on the defense. McAdoo is just guarding the middle, playing his zone defense, and Toney misses, and Rambis, the basket will count. Rambis interfered with the ball on the top. We talk so much of zone defense. For the uninitiated, it means guarding an area and not a player. And in pro basketball, that is not allowed.
No, that is illegal.
Michael Cooper.
Well, they call it illegal defense. They don't want to say zone. They don't even want to use that word.
Jamaal Wilkes, that's the shot LA fans know about. Fluid Jamaal Wilkes from UCLA. He is 4 for 6 now, but that's the first outside shot that he's hit. No basket and an LA foul as Magic Johnson comes back in.
And Mike Bannum.
Mike Bannum making his first appearance for Philadelphia. Second offensive rebounder for the Sixers in this series.
Now, Dick, the substitution pattern that the coaches use is a tricky thing because the coach has to have certain things out there he feels to win, and to try to keep that combination with fouls, fatigue, and all these things involved, he has to really know his team.
Toney goes up, misses the shot. Loose ball picked up. Here's Cooper ahead of the field. Magic to Cooper. And the Lakers are beating the Sixers down at the end of the court. An 8-point lead, and Philadelphia will call a timeout. Biggest lead was 10. Philadelphia has not tasted the lead in this game. A 20-second timeout. 20-second timeout called for by Philadelphia. So they have to regroup in a hurry, but they've got to get back on defense.
Well, it's very difficult to get back on defensive Lakers because they're such a good rebounding team, and they're so quick. That outlet pass, if they get that first outlet pass out, they're very tough. Now, Philadelphia is one of the best teams in basketball, if not the best team, in getting back on defense. But these Lakers have so many guys that are exceptionally quick.
Walter Mel, one of the avid Laker fans and pro basketball rooters here at the game. Norm Nixon said what really surprised him is how great Philadelphia is with their quickness on the transitional game. Pass going for Bannum over his head, so another turnover. Brings the ball to Los Angeles territory. Clint Richardson hounding Magic Johnson. Michael Cooper, the other guard. He is 6'7". We have a 6'7", 6'9" guard situation. A big team in there for Los Angeles. Kareem is on the bench, and McAdoo's the center, and the pass intercepted by Julius Erving. And Magic Johnson takes it right back, but travels with it. Still Philadelphia ball. And the pace is quickening at both ends here, as we're seeing two of the great fast break teams in action.
Julius, you see both of them, they generate their offense from turnovers.
Julius already has 4 steals. Toney, good move on Cooper, banks it in.
You know, Michael Cooper's a great defensive player, but a guy like Toney will really make you wonder about how good you are.
Little more than 2 minutes gone by, second period, and a 6-point Laker lead. And a Philadelphia foul called. It'll be their first team foul of this second period. We've been talking about McAdoo and Cooper. They are 7 for 8 from the field between them. They started off hitting 12 of their first 13 Sunday. So they are still in the groove in this game. Timeout. History of the NBA, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has had a sparkling playoff career. But so far in this game, he has not scored and has only 3 rebounds. Now, he claimed that the migraines that he suffered today were not bothering him, and we can't tell if they are now, but he's off to a slow start in that respect. He's off statistically to a slow start, but he set the pace for the team when they got out. The first play, the first 3 plays, he was involved when they got up 6-0, and that was just to get him up and get him running. Inside Cooper from Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson has not missed in getting the ball in good shooting position for these LA shooters, and as a result, he has 6 assists, and they're shooting practically 70%. Cooper, one of the outstanding defensive players, is hounding Toney. Get up to Julius Erving, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Bantam inside over Kurt Rambis. So Mike Bantam, who's had a shooting slump but had 14 minutes, only 2 points and 2 rebounds on Sunday, has had a few flashes in the playoffs. McAdoo charges in. McAdoo has 8. Leading scorer is Michael Cooper with 10. Dawkins has 10 points for Philadelphia. And so far, Darryl has picked up 2 fouls. Caldwell just 1. Toney coming back from the baseline. He's so explosive. When he gets turned on, he can go for the rest of the game. And in big games, he's usually turned on. Got off to a slow start shooting, but is 4 for 9 right now. 8:45 remaining in the first half. Jamaal Wilkes. And Bantam clears it. Gets into Clint Richardson. Third guard with Lionel Hollins hurt. And a block by McAdoo and a follow-up by Julius Erving. It's amazing that McAdoo has so many blocked shots in this series. More than you normally expect. Well, people forget how good a defensive player he was as a young man. He was not only was he a great shooter and rebounder, but he was a good defensive player. He has 2 blocks today, and Rambis runs into Julius Erving. But the man who made that play for Philadelphia was Darryl Dawkins. Dawkins is playing a terrific game under control. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes back in the game, and Kurt Rambis will go on. Rambis has 3 personal fouls, and Rambis says, if I don't do it early, I'm not going to get much playing time to do it at all. Nixon coming back as Cooper goes out, leading scorer for LA with 10. And one thing I've noticed, the Lakers have not gotten the Philadelphia big men in foul trouble. No, they haven't. Caldwell Jones has 1, Dawkins has 2. Nixon penetrates, and an easy layup. No one picked him up inside. Might have been Andrew Toney's assignment. Now Nixon guarding Andrew. Goes baseline, and a foul and a push before the shot. And the foul is on Norm Nixon. The Sixers have just 1 team foul here in the second period. That's the 3rd on the Lakers, but more important for Norm Nixon, that's his 3rd personal foul. So Rambis and Nixon, 2 starters, have 3. There's only one player that can get the ball up court as fast as Norm Nixon, and that's probably Gus Williams of Seattle. And there's no other player who can get the ball up as quick. And it's hard to defense. You're trying to stop the ball, but with a guy like Norm Nixon, you're just trying to keep up. Jamaal Wilkes fouls Andrew Toney, who will go to the line. Toney has been the top scorer the last 3 games with 36, 28, and 31 points on Sunday. He's also right behind Mo Cheeks, second to Nixon in assists. He has played, can't say deceptively because of his fine scoring games, but an outstanding all-round series. Better than most people think. They think that all he does is shoot, but he plays better than adequate defense, and he's a good passer. The thing is that he's learning to do is to pick his passes better. 7:45 remaining in the first half. Sixers down by 6. 7:40 to go. Knocked away by Julius. Still LA possession. Crowd looking for a foul, but get none. As Billy Cunningham, who played at North Carolina, and Pat Riley, who played at the University of Kentucky at 6'3", jumps center for Adolph Rupp. One of Rupp's runs, 66.